So the plan was to go out today. So it was a nice little gray day, and it's great for black white photography. So the plan was to come out today, get some shots, and shot with y'all. But it is pouring now. I walked about a quarter mile, and I'm completely soaked. And I'm actually risking it all right now, pulling out my camera to do this part. So give me a minute. So it's been a couple weeks since I did my last video, shot my last video. And I was in a space where, I have a list of ideas that I want to do for the channel, but whether it was a creative issue or just being busy, I didn't have the energy or I think the proper mindset to make anything decent. But I found myself trying to force myself to make an episode. There was a night, I guess it was last weekend or last week, where I literally pulled out my entire light kit, set up the living room, and sat down with nothing relevant to say. I went so far as to try and make up a YouTube video on the spot and make that be the idea for the video. And it was all just a disaster. And then I sat back and realized that instead of coming into this wanting to create and have fun, which is my original plan in starting this channel, I was finding myself trying to feed the algorithm monster. Specifically with YouTube, what didn't help me was the proliferation of YouTube gurus. I've been a fan of YouTube for years. I've been watching YouTube for years. And I think there's been at least a couple of years where I was dabbling with the idea of starting my own channel in earnest. Like, I made a video here and there, but wasn't really dedicated to making my channel a thing. And this year has been my attempt to do that. I made a mistake of looking for tips on how to, set up my YouTube, how to optimize it, how to do different things, and immediately fell into the trap of how to get 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible, and how to find your niche and how to do all these things. And I guess there's a place for that for somebody. The problem is all the gurus in all those spaces are approaching this from a business standpoint. The people who are following these folks who are going to teach you how to become, YouTube stars are doing it with the mindset that you're selling something. And I'm not selling anything on this channel. There'll come a point where, I may start trying to sell some prints, whatever, maybe even a preset or two. But, I don't have a dedicated service. I'm not putting out a ebook on how to be more creative. And, because that's what I'm here for. I like having conversations about creativity and how to be more creative and my struggles with that, hence this conversation. But I'm not selling anything. And the advice I was getting was really based on like capitalistic intent and how to generate income. And I have no problem with generating income on these platforms, and I hope to do so myself at some point. But what I don't want to do is create paywalls. I want whatever I make to be accessible to everybody at all times. I'm on Substack now, and one of the things I made very clear was if you give me a paid subscription, you're not getting anything more than the free users would get, because I have a problem with gatekeeping actual content in that way, especially if the content you're creating is designed to edify and help somebody. But again, get your coin, do what you gotta do. It's just not for me. So I ended up following a lot of advice and trying to do a lot of things that didn't match what I was trying to do, and it created a lot of stress. So at this point, I'm going to post when I have something to say, and I'm going to post when I have something creative to do. I have an idea for a short film that I'm going to talk to a friend about. My wife and I are actually working on another YouTube channel that I hope to have up soon. So all these things are great. Now I'll be on here with those and, trying to do things that are entertaining, artistic, and hopefully, educational. Whatever the 40 of you are on here subscribed for, I want to meet those expectations. But first I have to meet my own. And that starts with putting the audience last. And I think if you are on here trying to, get your silver play button or your gold play button, or, make some life-changing money on this platform, putting the audience last is probably the last thing you want to do. You want to feed the algorithm, you want to feed your audience exactly what they want. And I think that's why we have so much repetitive content on here as it is. And everybody's trying to find their own ways to do it. But for somebody who spends a lot of time on YouTube, I'll spend a lot of time trying to find unique content and unique points of view. And it's tough. So in lieu of making videos on here, I've been reading a fair bit. I've been consuming other folks' work. I've been trying to find inspiration in those ways to kind of feed my own artistic monster instead of the algorithmic monster. Because I realized the other reason why I've been struggling is because my artistic self is not been fed. And I wholly believe that that portion of yourself, if you are creative in any sense of the word, that portion gets fed by absorbing the creativity of others. And oops, that was my phone. So I've been doing a bit more of that and just writing little bits of poetry, very short essays. If you subscribe to my Substack, it's very short emails of just like thoughts. It's called Dog Walk Philosophy. And it's designed to just be very small nuggets of things. I'm not trying to write a masterpiece per se, but just give folks something to think about. The last thing I actually wrote about was this very topic about, not falling in love with gurus and how, to some degree, the guru thing is a myth. Anybody who is trying to sell you a way to be rich and famous is likely not rich and famous themselves, because at that point they have better things to do. So yeah, this is a shorter video. I'm going to start into the planning process of, the next one, and I'm going to take more time to do it and not rush to do 1 or 2 videos a week, because that's just not realistic for what I want to do. I'll do more shorts because I like chatting with the dozens of y'all who pay me any mind. But that's gonna be about it for now. Follow me on other things. TikTok is back up, so I'm back on there again, for better or worse. I made a whole video eulogizing my time on TikTok, only to be back on there like 2 weeks later. It's kind of silly. By the way, if you have a channel that you're actually doing things on, you subscribe to me, hit me up in the comments. I would like to see what you're doing. Maybe we can connect, collab, whatever else down the line. I also do want to network on here a bit more. But yeah, y'all stay warm, stay happy. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.